money soldier. I thought I told you. Only rockin' with the agent and the broker, yeah. Move over, we getting bolder. Making moves like the agent and the broker, yeah. Generational wealth, they bout that. Yeah, we took some L's, but we bounced back. Financial literacy, got that. Closing up the wealth gap, yeah, I'm black. Welcome to the Agent and Broker Podcast, hosted by Julian and James. And you know they bringing nothing but that black boss talk, man. Cause there's no currency stronger than the black dollar. And it's time we let the world know. But first we gotta grow though, and that's for sure.
Peace, family. How y'all doing tonight?
What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, everybody doing amazing. It's a beautiful Monday. Thank God it's Monday. What's going on, man?
What's going on, James? And welcome, guys, again to another episode of the Agent and Broker Podcast. I am your co-host, Julian, the agent, license W626089, coming from the state of Florida.
And my name is James Dennis, your license number W282336, down here in Florida as well.
Yes, sir. Central Florida area. Hey, guys, if you're listening to this podcast, please share it with a friend. Let everybody know that we are live tonight. We are also on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts as well, YouTube. So you can go catch this over there. You can catch it on all of our previous episodes so far on all of those platforms. We'll make sure we get on Pandora, everything else. So we got some big things going on this month. But before we get into the episode, kind of give you guys a breakdown for where we are, where we're headed this month and everything. So this week we will be in attendance at the Central Florida Urban League Young Professionals event. So we'll be there speaking to young professionals about, new career options, also retirement planning and, saving for the better day. So we're grateful for that opportunity to be there. Thanks to the friends who did ask us to be involved, and we're happy to sponsor that event as well. So some other things going on. You got anything, James? I'm sure I do. It's probably going to come up.
But I mean, I'm just very excited for the event, because it's gonna be a first event this year, and I look forward to really, bring to our community the awareness of life insurance, career opportunity, savings, every resources we can bring out there. And I just wish, when I was younger, somebody actually came and taught me about the things that I know today. At least I'll probably get into that industry a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, other than that, I'm just very excited to be part of this event.
Awesome, man. Me too. And I'm grateful. So always grateful for a chance to come to the community and bring them this information. Another event, I think it's February 19th. It's a Saturday. I'll be out in the Paramore area, actually. So a Malcolm X Day event as well. So you can catch me there. I may be in the one in Eatonville as well. So we're around moving, guys. So It'll be great to connect with you. We want to get in the community, get active. Let us know how we can help you and how we can make this thing better and reach more and more people. So we're going to go ahead and jump into tonight's show. We're going to be talking about life insurance agents and brokers and pretty much how to become that agent, breaking it down for you, what you need to do, the steps you need to take, and how much it costs to, the ins and outs of the industry and what it looks like. So I'm excited for tonight, guys. What about you, James?
I'm pretty excited, man, because a lot of people that outside of the industry, or some of them inside the industry, they don't even know the difference between an agent and a broker, the true opportunity in this industry. So I'm really looking forward to layer everything out. And if you have any questions, feel free to type in the comment below or reach out
Absolutely.
to us. Go to the website and reach out, and we'll be able to answer any type of question you may have.
Yes, sir. So, guys, as we get into this, so a life insurance agent, it's pretty simple. So you're pretty much you're the head person, the face of the life insurance industry. You're a distributor of a life insurance product on behalf of a life insurance company. And as that agent, I'm going to get into like definitions and articles as I share my screen here and read to you guys what that agent is. And then James will cover more about the broker side. So bear with me right here as I share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So steps on becoming a life insurance agent. And this is Investopedia right here. So guys, becoming a life insurance agent, the retail life insurance industry is not an easy industry to break into or succeed in. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there were 950,000 life insurance agents in the United States in 2020, with the U.S. population at just over 332 million as of April 2020. The size of a life insurance industry provides one agent for every 1,234 people. So, as we go into this, and you can make a living off of 1,000. If you had 1,000 clients, you can make you could probably retire as an agent. I'm not going to even lie to you.
Pretty
So
much.
that's pretty much the life insurance industry and how that looks. So as we get more into it further down the line, you'll see as we break down statistics and what life insurance agents look like. And we all know, what does a typical agent look like, a life insurance agent? I know James can always answer this. He talked about this every day on the field we were training and what that looks like. So what is that? Let the people know what that average insurance agent looks like, James.
You sure you want me to say that?
Go ahead, do your thing, man. Let the people know.
Okay, so on average life insurance, I mean, from my experience, what they look like, typically somebody who's actually, now we're talking about average, right? Typically somebody who comes and find a way to pitch you a deal or attempt to be educating you, but really don't have a strong foundation, because as you can see in this article, it's not an easy industry to be on. Okay, so a typical life insurance, if you look at the volume of people who's getting into the industry compared to the actual amount of people who need help, it's a big gap. But when you look at the laws of numbers, a big amount of that is like a 80-20 rule. If you know sales, you know what I'm talking about. About 20% of people will actually sustain their license and actually do something with it. So a typical life insurance, unless agent, unless they really get down and get educated, like look at me and Julian right now, what we're doing. We're getting down in business and educating you and learn everything we need to learn about life insurance and the life insurance industry to come educate you. Most of the time you won't find that from a typical life insurance agent. But Julian, I don't want to go too deep into that,
For sure.
But yeah, that's
it.
what I have to say on that part.
For sure, I appreciate it, and thanks for the input.
Mhm.
And like he's saying, like that life insurance, being a life insurance agent it's not an easy task, but it is doable. And
Very.
if you can speak to people and break it down to where it's very simple and they understand it, like most people, I got into life insurance in 2019 going into 2020. It was like a gift because COVID happened. And now you have people who have been procrastinating buying life insurance, who are jumping on it. Okay, yeah, I need life insurance now. I've been marketing for it, so it made sense for them to reach out like, hey, I need some life insurance, and I'll get on the call with them and do a plan. And as we go forward past this part, I won't go into it right now about compensations and things of that such. It can be very lucrative. However, it is very competitive. You must be disciplined and you must be organized as well in your thoughts and your movements. And you must have a system in place for it to be beneficial and effective and efficient for you. The next paragraph says that this highly competitive environment is conducive to filling America's life insurance needs, but it can prove to be a tough environment for a new agent who typically makes a living on commissions for sales. So it is a commission-based career. And like I was saying, if you're inside of an agency or a system of things of that such, and you have great leadership, and as we go forward with comparing agents and brokers, you will see how lucrative this can become. And people are doing this on the side of work. They're doing this outside of work. And
Yeah. And
that's one
I
thing
mean,
that,
this
yeah,
is a
go ahead.
business anybody can do, man. Like,
Right.
it's like Julian just say, if you can talk to people and bring value,
Mm-hmm.
you can do this. And this is a matter of you just having a basic conversation about people's needs.
Yep.
Today I'm just I was helping somebody with a Medicare process with Social Security, and there was somebody there. They're like, "Hey, I'm gonna get life insurance from you." Somebody told me it was really good, and then when I start talking to her, guess what? She has no idea what life insurance. She just heard it from somewhere. There's
Mm-hmm.
something called cash value. There's something called living benefits. And when I start going with her, and she's like, "Oh yeah. When can you come see me next week?"
Mm-hmm.
So it's just having the right conversation with people, who has their life and priority in order, that would see value in it. And even you can still talk to people who don't see value, but at the end of the day, you did your job by try to educate them. But it's something anybody can do
Right.
in their spare time, and it's very, very lucrative. So
Absolutely.
mhm.
Extremely lucrative. And being that agent, as an agent, you're helping your clients. You distribute insurance products to your clients, to people and whoever, like in your neighborhood. So the concept was, these products weren't getting distributed to specific neighborhoods or specific communities like our communities. So the Haitian community, there are a lack of insurance agents that look like us. The average insurance agent is a white male, and probably around the ages of 40, 42 in that area. And, Black African Americans or Black people make up, I believe, around, as we get into the statistics, about 12% or less
Mhm.
in this industry. So if people in this industry don't look like us, who can really relate to our community besides a Black insurance agent, somebody who can relate to those issues that we have, and figuring out how to solve it. So becoming an insurance agent is actually in-demand skills to have nowadays. And guys, I encourage you to start looking into new skills and keep your options open, because becoming this is not so hard. You can get licensed if you don't have any type of criminal background or record or anything with money. You guys could come in and get licensed, man. You can do it less than $200 or $300, and you can make millions of dollars off of that one license. And that's just writing pens, but writing applications. And I'm going to let James kind of get into the broker part, because that's where it can get even bigger. And now you can grow even more business without even writing applications. So James, go ahead, let them know how the broker part of the life insurance industry works, and becoming that broker, and what they have to do to become that broker.
100%, 100%. And just to, kind of a little bit backtrack on what you said, which is very important. Um, a typical life insurance does look like it is typically a white male. And I typically said to people, there's a reason our community don't know about those, big life insurance companies. It's because there's a strategic marketing. And I don't know if you watched our last episode. There was strategic marketing put into place to market life insurance and other investments into certain community, and our community left behind. So like Julian said, if we don't take ownership and come to you while you listen to podcasts like this, or you watching us on YouTube or watching us on Facebook Live, whichever, if we don't take ownership and do that, nobody gonna do it for us. And that's why you're gonna to always see a GoFundMe out there when somebody pass away. That's why you're always gonna see when in our community, our grandma cannot retire or grandpa cannot retire, mom and dad cannot retire because they never had a life insurance to actually do the work for them. They only have a full 1K or a full 3B, whatever they may have, and before you know it, they cannot even retire. So I just wanted to piggyback on that because life insurance is more than just, covering a death benefits. Nope, it covers you when you get sick, it covers you when you get old, you need money, you want a retirement money that's tax-free income. And I don't want to get into the whole thing. You want tax-free income for the rest of your life, you can use a life insurance product to do that. But you may be listening to this, you're like, ain't no way, boy. I like, is this, what is this? Yeah, there's a reason you're saying that, especially if you're in a community, because this type of information is strategically being held away from us. Okay. But anyway, what is it like being a broker? Okay. Being a broker is when you decide to take it into the next level. Okay. So being a broker, after you get your license, right now you start to build a team. So how do you grow an organization? You grow an agency where you have people, you have other agent working side by side with you. However, if you are the one who introduced them to the industry, you get them licensed, then you actually receive compensation in a very unique way. Okay, so let me explain. Before you can become a builder, I always tell people, are you a people person? Because you're gonna deal with many different personalities. You're gonna be dealing with the craziness. You're gonna be dealing with the good, the bad. You're gonna be dealing with you become literally a counselor, when you become a broker. But now, of course, there are brokers out there who's only, hey, this is what you need to do, and then call me when you need help. And when you call them, they're not even there to speak with you or answer your call. So you feel lost, and you probably end up quitting. So are you a people person? That's what you got to consider. So when you start building a team, you're dealing with all these personalities. How exactly does it work? You're building a team which you can really have your own agency with this. So as you decide to come in and build a team with life insurance, here's the way it goes. Say you have 10 people on your team, right? 10 people on your team, there is something called overrides. So for every transaction these 10 people make on your team, you actually receive a small percentage on the sale. It's such a lucrative market. By the way, being an agent, you can still make a lot of money. Being a broker, you can literally not only make a lot of money, but have money to retire on. Right. That makes sense? Where you really can truly focus on life and your passion, and you travel, you take care of your kids, you take care of your grandkids, because you work so hard when you were young. And even if you're a little bit older, it's never too late to get into the industry because it's so lucrative. So as you grow your team, you get a small percentage from each of the sales. So for example, say you are making 10% from each individual, right? So 10% from every sale. I'm going to do a quick math for you. And I didn't really prepare for this, but I'll do a quick math for you just so you can see the magnitude of what I'm talking about. So if each agent make a sale for $100, and I'm not going to break out the math for you, okay? This is for later. If each agent make a sale for $100, that's actually about $12,000 coming to your agency. Let me repeat. Collectively, and your agency, or you being a broker, 10 people actually make sales for $100. That's $12,000 coming to your agency for that month. Mm-hmm. So you, as the broker, an average broker overrides, meaning from that $12,000, they override about 10%, sometimes more. Okay, it all depends on the situation. So if you only go 10% out of the 12,000, that's $1,200 just from your agency for you, because you decide to become a broker. So when Julian say it's lucrative, and I confirm it is a lucrative industry, it's a lucrative industry. I've been in insurance since 2015. I got my license, and we are 2022. Was that like 7 years? Mm-hmm. So there's a reason I'm still there. There's a reason I'm married. I have 2 kids. I got responsibilities. The insurance is my career. That's what I do.
Yeah.
So being a broker is such a very switch spot after you really understand, how the industry works. You come in, you learn the product, you learn how to sell, you learn how to add value to people. And once you start understanding transaction, how it work, you say, you know what, I need to show people how to do this thing, man, because this is too important. And that's when you start going out. You say, you know what, hey, John, listen, XYZ equals to ABC.
Yeah.
John say, really? Yeah. How do I start? Hey, you have to get licensed, have a clean background, and you do this. Okay. And then John go. And then you do this to 10 other people, 20 other people, 1,000 other people. Before you know it, you have a very nice organized agency, and
Mm-hmm.
you are making money with your agency.
Right.
Okay. So this is in a nutshell how a broker work. A broker is somebody who decide to build a team and really lead people to start make money. And once
Yeah.
your people start making money, being profitable, automatically you and your agency become profitable as well. So I hope,
Mhm.
Julian, I don't know if there's anything specific you wanted me to cover, but in a nutshell, that's what I wanted to share with our viewers today.
No, definitely. You made it simple as possible, especially with the 10. You recruit 10 or you have 10 people in your agency. And that's where the industry has kind of like transitioned to. A lot of people were caught on like writing their own policies. And okay, it's easy to be a performer, but now with life insurance in this industry, how it's going, agency building has become a big thing, and people have taken that to the next level. Like James said, you're a broker, you now have agents under you, and it's similar to being a real estate broker,
Mhm.
except you're not dealing with houses, you're dealing with pretty much people. So the opportunity is way higher than houses. You have all types of insurance to cover. You got the mortgage, retirement, so you have pretty much plenty of options. And when you train up those 10 people in your agency, like James said, it can get literally very lucrative. And he
Very.
was being very conservative on the numbers.
I was.
Guys, 10% is like the smallest amount you can get now. But you're pretty much getting paid to train the people who are in your agency. So it's not like, okay, I'm just going to be making money on this person and I'm not doing anything. Like, no, you have to get out there and train them or train somebody else. And then now it's each one teach one, and they do the same thing, and they go and get the next person and try to train them up to do the same exact thing, because you never know who can break in and crack into this industry and take it to the next level.
That's true. 100%.
And yeah, with that being said, we're gonna go to the next topic here, which is how to get your life insurance license. And we did the state of Florida because that is where we are located, and it's a pretty simple process. You don't have to have a college degree. You can Google that. Some people say like you need a degree to work at certain agencies, but if you're an independent agent, there's no degree required. High school
Nope.
diploma is what they generally ask for, and or they ask for you to have that. So coming out of out of high school, you can transition into a financial industry, and that is through life insurance. And what's crazy is during, I think it was the year of COVID, wasn't it, when we sat down with this one of the high schools in Orange County, and we presented this career opportunity to the guidance counselor and the career counselor. That's who it was.
Mm-hmm.
And she was raving about the industry and life insurance and how her dad had these policies. Her mom had the policy, it passed away, but she had over $1 million policy. And she broke it down to us how lucrative it was and how proud of her dad that she was, because of all of the financial planning that he was doing for his family. However, guys, we're gonna keep it real blunt and honest here. When it came for us wanting to present this information to the youth of that high school, she gave us every runaround you could possibly hear. Oh, well, we got to go check with this person. I don't know, because they want kids to go either to college or to the military. They barely even want them to go to trade school. So you're giving people two options: college and military, college and military. And to me, I don't believe that's fair, because these industries like this are, missing people that look like us. We're not dominant in these industries. So when you have the school system, the public school system, pushing out careers or college and military as two options, not every kid is suited to go to college. So that's why they have the military for them to go to as well. But as we wanted to implement this, it was kind of a problem. They wanted to make us go through all type of hoops, but we're not going to give up. We're going to create our own platforms and programs, and we're going to go from it about that. So back to this story here, or to this article on how to get your Florida life insurance license. So this is the quick version. So first step is complete a Florida insurance pre-licensing course. It says Exam X here is about $189 plus. If you want to register with us, we will cover that for you. You don't have to pay anything for your exam or any of your education. That's covered through us in our agency as we work here. The second thing is getting a fingerprint-based background check. So that did cost around, I believe that cost me around $45 to $50 when I did it. Those probably gone up because of inflation. Things are just going up. So all prices of everything is going up. Bag of chips is up like 30 cents. But these are the numbers, guys. And this license can make you millions of dollars. And number 3 is complete a Florida life insurance license application. That application fee is about $50 and plus a $5 license ID fee. So once you get that application fee done, boom. So now you're in about a little bit over $100. If you're coming through us, you're only in about $100. And then lastly, you take your Florida licensing exam, which is $44 through Pearson. And we only talking about less than $150 of, we look at it as an investment, because if I can get this license right here and have this license for $150, this license that right here could make me millions of dollars in commissions throughout my lifetime. Is that not a good deal to y'all, or what? What you think, Jenny?
That's a perfect deal, man. And as you going through that list, I'm thinking back in 2015 when I got licensed, right? And I feel like I'm talking like I'm so old. But I spent about, I think, probably close to $600 for me to get my license. I was doing research and I find a school, I think it was somewhere in the Lakeland area. Yeah. And they actually charged me to actually go there. So whatever their fee was, when I put everything together, it was almost $600 for me to get my insurance license. They help you a lot, though. They help you with the studying. They help you with like they help you a lot. So I was able to pass, and get licensed because of the help. So when you're showing me this list, it kind of take me back. It's like, man, about $150 investment to get a professional license that can potentially bring you millions of dollars if you're not lazy. It's like, man, some people will be like, nah, that's too good to be true, But yeah, as you can see behind Julian, if you're watching us, his license is right on the wall. So once you get licensed, the state of Florida or whichever state you are in, you will actually have a certificate with your license. And I know we're talking in Florida, but wherever you are in the United States, we can help you get licensed. Because this is a nationwide business. And we can help you get licensed.
The industry, he's right. The industry needs us. Like, it needs you. If you feel like you can help somebody and you want to get compensated for it, it's a great industry to get in. And we believe that everybody should at least, try. If you have the ability, the heart to help other people, you don't have no records or anything, take advantage of resources such as this, because it's an easy thing. Once you understand the basics, it's an easy industry. And when you have down those simple, basic steps, you can actually move and educate people. And that takes away the sales part. So that's why we're here, because we're not here to sell people. We're here to educate. Now it's on you if you want to take the next step 100%. and get yourself insured. That's not on us. We're doing our part to educate you guys. And then now, if you feel like this is the best decision that I can take, I'll write the, move forward. Then we have forms you can fill out online on our website to where we can schedule a time with you and go through everything and break down the steps on which and how you should take those steps, when purchasing life insurance, and we'll find the best product for you.
Mm-hmm. 100%. And for anyone who's considering being part of the industry, let me tell you why you need to be part of this industry. And if it's not this industry, why it's time to do something. Okay. So I'm talking clearly with those individual, who has responsibilities, working your job, which is great. You got to take care of yourself, take care of your family. But I'm going to tell you one word why you should get into an industry like that. You know that one word is, Julian?
What's
You
that?
just said it earlier. Inflation.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Listen, everything going up
Seriously.
but your income.
Mhm.
So my
You
thing
gotta
to
find
you
a skill.
is you have to find a skill
You have
to
to.
pretty much survive in
Mhm.
this, high and like this is the highest inflation has been
Yeah.
like ever,
Right.
in America.
And it's
So
gonna get higher. It's gonna get
it's
higher.
gonna get higher, definitely gonna get higher.
He's not lying.
So the thing is, this is what you have to take into consideration, right? An average individual to live in America, an average individual is about $54,000 per year. Okay. So you take into consideration what kind of responsibilities you have. You have your mortgage, you have your rent, you have the car insurance, you have the kids, you have school, you have car bill. What you have so much. $54,000 cannot take care of that. And that's why most of us in our community, we're living paycheck to paycheck, because we are so trapped by a system that really grab us and keep us away from moving and
Mhm.
put a little carrot in front of us where we're
Keep you
chasing.
distracted. Yep. Keep
It's
you
very,
distracted.
very distracted. It's crazy. So
Keep you
why you need to
distracted.
get into this industry, or if not this industry, another selling industry, is because of inflation. Because if
Yeah.
you stay where you are, I can guarantee you within the next 24 months, it's gonna be so tough for you to make a living. It's not even gonna be funny.
Seriously.
So if you're watching this, I highly recommend, highly encourage you, reach out to us, go to the website. One of us will reach out to you and we can actually show you exactly how this work. And you
Mhm.
can see if it's a good fit or not. But
Yeah.
regardless of what your position is, let me tell you, man, that inflation thing is so big. I
It's
went to,
serious.
bro, I went to my wife went shopping the other day. $500 worth of groceries. She come to the house. I said, "What did you buy for $500?" That, yep, everything going up.
Yeah.
Everything going up.
It is.
So that's why you got to get your side hustle. You got to get
You
into
gotta
this
get that.
insurance business. We're gonna teach you how to do that, where you can help people, and then you make a good side commission until you can do it full time, like myself. But you take
Mhm.
some baby step into this industry, man. Very, very well
Absolutely.
worth it.
Yeah, and you get great training, resources, and we'll provide you on exactly what to do, how to say things, and it's a great industry. Like James was saying, to add on to that, it is a very crucial moment in time, guys. I don't think everybody understands this, but this time that we're in right now, things like this has never happened. We've never had the access to the information we've had. It's like a glitch in society, a glitch in the world right now.
Right?
And if you're not taking full advantage of this glitch that's going on, we don't know what's going to happen in 3 to 4 or 5 years. We don't know if they're going to shut us out of these things. You don't know if you're going to have access to the internet of things and things like this. And if you're not preparing yourself or putting yourself in position to, combat that, you're looking at another point in time where we're going to be claiming now, oh, they left us out of this, they left us out of that. And I hate that has to happen that way. But there's things like this podcast, there's other podcasts, there's information out there that are trying to help, put our community in a different situation, because we don't believe that wealth gap is going to be zero by 2053. We're going to do everything that we can do while we're here to, minimize that as possible. Let's put people in a better position. Let's teach our families how to properly plan, how to create trust, how to create life insurance trust, where okay, the next generation they're going to get half of the benefit, but the generation after them is going to have to invest this next benefit. So you know what I'm saying? You keep things going with trust. So when we get into things of that such, that's when things are going to take off for our community. And I believe that wealth gap hitting zero, man, that's cap. Like everybody's getting educated right now, and we learn fast. So once we get on the stuff, it's on and popping. Like, I don't know if y'all understand, like this dude that I'm on this podcast with right now, this guy was one of the fastest growing agencies in the insurance industry at the moment. He built a force that, you know, he had respect around the entire agency because he built a force so fast and so wide and big that, you know, they couldn't even believe it. The numbers James was putting up was ridiculous
Right.
in a short amount of time. So because he truly believed in the product
100%.
and how it could help our community. So
Yeah,
you
man,
know,
100%.
that goes on to our next topic, which will be getting into, you know, why they say insurance agents quit, and then going into like the insurance agent wage gap by race, and getting into the statistics of things. So why do insurance agents quit? So something else many agents cannot handle is the grind. Like James said, if you're lazy, this is not the industry for you.
Nope.
However, you can work smartly, but it might not be what you want to do. If you're not a hustler, a go-getter, or anything of that such, life insurance sales may not be for you. However, there's other pieces into the life insurance that you can get into that's not of sales. Like it says, finding prospects is difficult, and James does this on the daily. This is a hunt for him. This is a hunt for me. Like, you have to find prospects on a daily. Even with harnessing the power of the internet, a lot of insurance companies recruit new agents with the promise of abundant leads. But once they're on the job, these agents find the leads are nowhere near as plentiful as the company suggested. So, meaning they're giving these people leads. However, they're not understanding, the people who they recruit don't understand that these leads have been already targeted. So they're getting hit with mail, phone calls, emails left and right from all over the place. And that's where the competition comes in at. And you have to be a better you know, to really succeed in this industry. And then also, agents who are given leads by their employers almost always earn lower commissions in exchange. So companies' leads have a reputation for being difficult. When new agents quit, their managers often redistribute those leads they were assigned to the next batch of new hires. Like I just mentioned, like, your leads are being recycled. So somebody else has already kind of talked to that person about it. You know, by the time that fourth or fifth person talks to that person or whoever that lead is probably ready to make a decision by then. And they know if they're going to go with you or not. You can tell when you're on a call, or if you're sitting with somebody, if they're going to do that policy, you will know right then and there if that person likes you or not. And it's really it boils down to if they like you or not, and if they feel comfortable with you. So moving on, by the time you get your first stack of company leads, they may have been called by half a dozen ex-agents already. Exclusive leads, when you can find them, are very high in price. Your close rate, meaning the percentage of leads you actually sell, has to be phenomenal just to break even with the exclusive leads. So your leads you can buy leads in the insurance industry. And like I said, if you get recruited into something and people don't really tell you the ins and outs, we're being as transparent as possible. We've been through all of these hoops. We've been through the hiccups, the falls, and down. Here's what works. Here's what you can do. And that's a bit more about the tough side of this. So we're going to give you the good, the fluff, and the money side, but we also want to give you the real uncomfortable side of this.
100%.
Y'all understand?
100%. And one thing I wanted to touch on briefly, kind of Jeez, it kind of slipped my mind. I was gonna say something after you mentioned the hard truth about it. Okay, yeah. So to be clear, at least to me and my experience, right? If you're watching
Mm.
this is as transparent as you are going to get it. So that's why you need to reach out to us if you really want to move forward with in this industry. To me, there's three ways you do this business. Three ways where, since we're talking about leads, you have what Julian just mentioned, which is your company provide leads to you, or you can actually purchase leads. So there is a up and down, but he just went over that. So that's number one. Number two, there is something called warm market. So this is when you reach out to your circle of influence and your sphere of influence, and you educate them about what you're doing, and from there you get referrals. And let me tell you, this is one of the really good ones. Okay, so that's that. The third one is to put yourself in a position of marketing. Okay, so maybe your closest convenience store that's around the corner. Maybe the owner. So maybe you take a couple brochures and flyer, you set up with a table, and then you just passing them down to your community, get your face recognized out there, where people are gonna start asking you question. Hey, you have something on your table that says college saving using life insurance for my child. I have 2 kids. How does that work? And then you educate them. Hey, my mom just retired. You have something on your table that says retire tax free. She's 65 right now, and she has a 401k, blah blah blah. But this is she has to pay taxes on it. You're gonna educate them. Hey, I'm young. I want a new career. Is there any money on what you're doing? Guess what? You educate them on that. So 3 ways: you either buy leads, you go to your circle of influence for your market, or you go out there and present yourself to the community. To me,
Mhm.
that's the all those 3 ways. That's what I know of. Some work for people, some don't. But this is as real as you're going to get. We're not gonna come here and sugarcoat it for you and say, hey, you need to jump on this. It's easy. It's
Yeah, you're
simple.
gonna work.
It's simple,
Yeah,
but
simple.
you're gonna work.
Yeah, you gotta
You're
work.
gonna work. So that's why you need to make sure you have good people around you that's gonna hold your hand and show you all the steps to make sure you become successful in this industry. And you can go out there and fight against inflation, because our
Absolutely.
people, let me tell you, man, if you don't do better in our community, and I'm saying the Black community, if we don't go out there and do better, we're always gonna end up getting the shortest end of the stick. And a lot of things are designed for
Yeah,
it to be like that.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
do your research. Do your research. There's a
Supposed to be
reason.
that way.
There's a reason. You
Yeah.
go somewhere like in a wealthy neighborhood, you don't see no Amscott, right, Julian?
No,
And then
none of
right
that.
in the middle of the hood, Amscott
No,
every five
no
miles
am
away.
Scotts. No,
Oh, there's a reason for these things, man.
these are
But
my
that's what I wanted to share with them, and that's how when it comes to lead, man.
for sure, man. Thank you for that.
Hmm.
Yeah. And as we kind of go dive into more statistics here, let's kind of get into life insurance agents wage gap by race. So um white life insurance agents have the highest average salary compared to all other ethnicities. Black or African American life insurance agents have the lowest average salary at $86,000. So we're almost talking about $87,000 is the average salary for somebody in a life insurance career. And don't think that, oh, it's financials or finances, anything of that such, that this is impossible, it's too hard. Guys, look at here. I'm a former college athlete. I used to be an athlete. I was the person I used to cheat off tests sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like
Real.
that that's the life I live. But you don't always have to be down that life and that down that path. You can go and do something else different. And this appealed to me because the economics, finances, economics, everything connects. And most of our systemic problems come are based off of these statistics that we see, whether that's credit, life insurance, things of this such in the financial industry. Pretty much everything on why we are in these situations is because are not financially literate. And getting into this industry as an insurance agent is very lucrative, and you can do pretty much anything in the industry. So this is just talking about life insurance agents, but we didn't get into things of like account managers and underwriting managers, and there's other things, marketing, business development, sales within the company. So there's other different types of careers in this industry. Don't let it limit you. It's probably one of the biggest industries, and it is the backbone of the financial institution, all financial institutions out here in the world. And I just wanted to explain these wage gaps so you guys can see that we're not BSing on this podcast. We're telling you the truth, and these are the numbers out there. Like, we are the lowest paid in this industry, and I mean, hey, there's reasons to that, but I'm not making that an excuse, because we need to get to a point where we are competing in things that make sense, and businesses, need-based businesses. Like, okay, it's cool. I'm not knocking people who do, their entrepreneurial endeavors, whether that's, hair products, things of that such. But we need more need-based businesses in our community. Life insurance, taxes, financial planning, all of those are need-based businesses, but we lack those because everybody wants to do what they want to do instead of what we have to do as a community. And I believe this industry is, it can help, bring more awareness if we bring more people into it the right way. And
100%.
And going to the next slide here is more statistics. So James, you can kind of jump onto the first one here. So life insurance agent statistics by race, and I'll jump on the next one.
Absolutely. So life insurance agent statistics by race. The most common ethnicity among life insurance agent is white, which make up about 69.2% of all life insurance agents. Comparatively, there are 16.1% of Hispanic or Latino ethnicity of the Black or African American ethnicity. So what exactly is that telling you? And we said it earlier, when somebody think of a typical life insurance agent, it's actually a white male, So this statistic doesn't lie. It's literally telling you, 69.2%. You can really say 70% of the life insurance agents are actually white individuals. So the rest combined together, we have, Latinos, Blacks. So that's just to show you, like, there's a reason why the gap is so big. And to our community, let me tell you something, and this is a secret I find out. The less sexy something is when it comes to finance, the less sexy something is, the more money that's probably to it. Because look at us right here. We have a whole show about life insurance. Our community, they're probably like, I don't even want to hear this. I don't even want to watch this. I don't want to die. And literally, that's exactly what what some certain communities want you to feel and think, because as long as you have that mindset, then you always end up with the shortest end of the stick, So the gap is pretty wide, man, and it's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, let me go down here. Okay, let me break the chart down. So the most part, which I just read, white 69.2%, Hispanic or Latino about 16%, Black or African American is about 8.7%, Asian you're looking at 4.4%, and unknown you're looking at about 1.4%. American Indian and Alaskan Native is 0.03%. Okay, so these are the statistics when it comes to life insurance agent statistics by race. But yeah, go ahead, Julian, and you can tackle the second one.
For sure. Well, just kind of add on that, we understand these numbers. This isn't anything new. Everybody sees there's always disparities when it comes to us, and this is a need-based business, a need-based industry. So with the lack of African American Black people in this industry, that kind of correlates to Black people in insurance who have insurance, though. or who
Mm-hmm.
don't have insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Like we go back to those numbers earlier, it was around like what 1,200. You get 1,200 clients per agent out here,
Yeah,
but
about 1,200. Yep.
yeah, so we're not looking at something like, okay, our community is not getting the same, the same amount of products distributed to it as these other communities, as they have higher numbers. So we have to do what we were doing, create that sales force, create that force where everybody needs to have these uncomfortable conversations about life insurance. You want to become an agent, you can make money, but you can also help the people around you, make sure they got everything. Create a family fund, and make sure everybody has life insurance, from older generation to the younger generation, really the older, because they are closer, to the natural death age. So
Mm-hmm.
it's better that they have policies, but I always encourage, everybody to have their own policy. But going into the next statistics here, it kind of breaks down the ages, the median ages of life insurance agents based on ethnicity and gender. So again, we have Asians. The average age of a male agent is about 42 years old. Female agents around 42 as well. When it comes to Black or African American, we're at 39.5 is the average age of male Black or African Americans, and 41 is the average age of the female African American. And then you have Hispanic and Latino, who both average around 40 years old for males and females. Unknown, which is about 39 for males, 36 for females. And then you have white, which is around the average age of 48 to as a male and 48 as a female. And these numbers, guys, I would like to put a dent in them, especially my generation, the millennials, anybody in the millennial generation, man. We need to get on this. It's a good license to have. You can always help somebody. You can even be a referral partner where, we can do everything, and you just, split down the line 50-50, and it'll just be something. You refer clients, you have the license, boom, you get 50% of the commission. And the
Mm-hmm.
commission is good. I don't even think we talked about it, but
Mm-hmm.
commission is great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And one thing, as we're looking at these numbers, we're looking at white have been the oldest, about 48 years old. So if I were you, this is what I would be thinking right now, right? At 48 years old, typically at what age people retire? 65. But if a lot of people are doing really good in this industry, they're 48 years old, I'll say probably 55, 60, they'll probably retire, right?
Mhm.
So here's what I would say to all my millennials out there, right? Since we want you guys to really understand what's going on. There's going to be a major shift when it comes to people who are retiring that was doing life insurance, and people who are actually getting into the industry. There are more people retiring right now than actually people coming in. So that 1,200 number we showed you earlier, at one point, it's probably going to be way more than that, because people are going to be retiring from the industry. So that's why it's so important for you to get your license, educate yourself, educate your family. So not only you can be profitable as an agent, or if you want to become a broker as well, but also teach and educate your family and the next generation about wealth, about life insurance, what it do for our community. Because every day in our community, somebody passed away. Guess what? Most of the time, it's a GoFundMe out there trying to collect money. And when you see that, that's definitely passing down poverty to the next generation.
Right.
So we want to put a stop to that as much as we can. So that's why we are
Absolutely.
here, bringing you those value, bringing you content. So make sure you share all this great information.
Absolutely, man. You couldn't have said it any better than that. Just the importance of having that policy, and having, your family covered. Like, what would it feel like if you could have talked to a family member or something, like, and told them about life insurance and encouraged them to get it? They purchased it, and God forbid somebody passes away, but you did that good deed. Yeah, you got compensated for it, but you were able to deliver that check for that family member, a good friend, or maybe a aunt, or uncle, or somebody of that such. and you were their agent, you would be the person delivering them that check. And that is probably one of the most emotional things about this industry. And I have not, and I hope not to anytime soon, I have not delivered any type of checks to a family yet or anything of that such. I haven't experienced that, but James can talk more about that. He's been through that process a few times, so he could kind of elaborate more on how that is, because that is also something that's a part of the industry that many don't understand. Is you're being there in times when families are going through tough times, when losing a loved one, and you have to come there, and bring them. Yeah, you can't bring that person back, but you could also bring them some type of financial relief, which is also, pulling stress off of a person. And
100%.
it's good to bring it, that type of gift into a situation like that. Yeah, it's not the best of the best situations. However, it does uplift a burden, a financial burden that could possibly be there. And James can elaborate more on that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So a most recent one that happened, and really, you were a life insurance agent. You were in the industry, but internally, you hoping never, not to ever get a call like that call. You're hoping not to ever get it. So far, in the industry, I received two of these calls. The most recent call I received, and that's the one I'm going to share it to you with you. I got a call from one of my agents. Hey James, how are you? Great, how you doing? I'm good. And so we talk. Hey, I just wanted to let you know, do you remember a couple years ago, when I first started, you actually sat with my aunt, and he gave me the aunt name. Like, yeah, I remember. And long story short, aunt has cancer, and we don't know if she's gonna make it. So I just wanted you to let you know that, like, wow, that's crazy, right? So reach out to the family. How are you? Kind of like talk a little bit. Great, cool. Hey man, I think it was about 30 days later, 30 to 45 days later, I get that second phone call. I saw the number calling me, and I got goosebumps, because I had an idea what this call was gonna be about.
Right.
And hey, hello, how are you? Good. Hey, how's it going? Everything good? We catch up a little bit. By the way, as I told you, my aunt passed away. Man, I remember I remember sitting across from this lady. The only thing I wish I did, I wish I had encouraged her more to get more benefits.
Yeah.
So I got to speak with the husband over the phone, and we called the insurance company, and claim paid out.
Yeah.
The family received the death benefits, and like Julian say, you will never bring that person back.
Yeah.
But you know what,
all.
most of the time we cry twice. We cry for losing the person, and we cry for the financial burden that person left behind.
Absolutely.
So it's not an easy thing to do when you, as an insurance agent, is going through that process, because it gets very emotional. And as I was on the phone talking to the claim department, I'm thinking about the conversation we had. I'm thinking about how she said she wanted to make sure her daughter also get life insurance. I remember she was talking to the husband, and they had a conversation to get more life insurance, but budget was a bit tight, but they knew the value of life insurance. So a little bit about maybe 2 years ago, 2 years with the policy, she passed away, and we were able to, the insurance company was able to pay out that claim. It was not an easy one, but it's something we experienced. But we feel good because we sat with the family, and the family actually go ahead and purchase a policy. And now 2 years later, the lady didn't have cancer. Like, the lady was not sick at all. And out of nowhere, cancer. A couple months after, she passes away. So you never know what can happen to you. You never know what can happen to your surrounding. because all the bad food we eat in, all the stuff that's in our food, guess what? It can literally create cancer
Right.
and
Dressing as well.
stressing, all that stuff, man. But I'll probably share the other story with you another time, with the viewers another time. But that's actually one of the most recent one that happened, doing I think that was probably like 4 months ago. So it was
Wow.
pretty recent, 4 or 5 months ago.
It's crazy,
That
man.
case happened, man. So
That's a tough story, man. Well, but the good thing again is James was able to bring some type of relief in that moment,
100%, yes.
and we will get more into when people can't bring that relief. Like I actually that made me think of somebody that I would like to bring on, and they can share their experience from their brother not having life insurance, and they had to pay for his funeral and expenses, and had to cut a check, and how that kind of affected them in any type of way, how that made them feel when you're leaving on debt. Guys, it's not free to die. So if you're thinking anything or living out here recklessly, not really paying attention and things of that such, it's not free to die. It's expensive to die. And like last episode, Larry, where he said they had to cremate the lady who didn't end up getting insurance, and that was still $5,000. So we're talking about something that you can pay monthly, you can get a low policy, affordable policy, and you'll be set. Like if something does happen, when you knock on wood, when you go from this earth, when you leave, you do leave the people behind you in a better situation, and that is the benefits of being a life insurance agent.
100%.
So, and a broker. So that was kind of what we wanted to cover today, guys, and that is what we covered, being from the difference between a life insurance agent and a broker, and how to become an agent. So if you are interested in coming, we do have a link in our on our website. We'll leave it on the video when we distribute it. If you go on YouTube, you'll see our website link, as well as Instagram, Facebook. Anywhere you find us, you'll find out how to get in contact with us. And guys, let us know if you're looking for a new career, a policy, anything of that such. We'll be happy to help you.
100%, 100%. And there's a reason, like I keep saying continuously, there's a reason we're coming to you with these type of opportunity, because if we don't do it in our community, nobody is gonna come and do it for us. Okay, so right now you're looking at, or you're listening to, two young black men who decide to put this together and go to the community and educate our community. And not only we're coming online, but we also have events start to line up where we're actually gonna be out in the community to educate our people about what's being held away from us.
Absolutely.
So it's a big project. We do it with passion, and we do it aggressively, because we are too far behind. The numbers don't lie. We just went over the statistics with you.
Right.
So 100%.
They don't. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Next week we will be back with another dope episode. Also, we'll be going live 2 times next week. Actually, we have an interview, so we'll be interviewing a guest. Her name's Brittany Lucas, a health insurance agent and also health and wellness enthusiast. She's gonna come on here, give you guys some good tips on how to get your life back in order through your eating habits, how to eat clean, and how these things affect health insurance rates, and how you can afford health insurance into putting it into your budget with whatever you do, whether you're self-employed or entrepreneur. It's good to have those things in order, because that is a part of the foundation, as well as life insurance. So having those things in place are very important. And we wanted to bring her on and kind of mix it up. So we're not only bringing guys onto the podcast, but we got some big, some big type interviews coming up, guys, like huge, people around the area, entrepreneurs, guys. We have another guy coming in to talk about infinite banking. That's another concept that the Wealthy does. He's going to break it down, give us some really good gems on that, guys. So I'm excited for this season to keep going, and us delivering this information to you all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And of course, if there's any a specific subject you want us to cover in any of our episodes, just make sure you leave us a comment. You contact, get in touch with us so we can make sure we're bringing you exactly what you want as well. So we'll do the best we can to bring our part, what's important. But as you're looking into this, you're watching us or you're listening to us, if there is a specific subject you want us to tackle on, just let us know and we'll go ahead and bring it on to you. And then you can share it with your community. So that's it.
All right. Yep. So you want to catch any reruns? This will be up on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube as well this week. So you can already go to any of those and subscribe and listen to our previous episodes. Last week was dope. Hope you guys enjoyed this week, and thank you for attending another episode of the Agent and Broker Podcast.
Awesome. Bye-bye, everybody.
All right. Later.
The agent and the broker put you on the right path. And if it ain't adding up, then do the right math. And when you wanna come up, some might laugh. But them be the types to be the overnight staff. Always be a worker, we tryna be some owners. Sometimes might strike out, sometimes we hitting homers. But one thing's for sure, when the money gets uncovered, hit the agent and the broker. Say thank you to my brothers.